Hey, y'all, welcome to 10 Minutes Late. As you know, the president delivered the State of the Union speech, and we're going to get into some key moments because some moments really stood out. It never surprises me to see who the Democrats really are. It's a constant reminder. So let's get into a few clips and drop our commentaries as we go.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the
How can you condone this type of behavior? There's a person wearing a tag saying, release the files. Oh yeah, the files are being released. We're gonna keep releasing the files. We will keep releasing these files because as the files roll out, and we're gonna continue to hear the excuses like the woman off The View, all the excuses in the world, now that they found out that their names are mentioned in the files. So we're gonna keep releasing the files. Let's continue watching.
removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our...
So that's it right there. Let's roll back the clip to Ilhan Omar. Look at these two. Y'all look at these two right here. Now let's talk about Ilhan Omar, U.S. State Representative for Minnesota's 5th Congressional District. You know, she got in office in, I think it was, 2019. And let me say this, 2018, based on filings, she was worth $45,000. Of course, yes, she has a husband. And now in 2026, Ilhan Omar and her husband, let me put them in there, they're worth $30 million, y'all. At one point, they were worth $6 million. They went from $6 million to $30 million just like that. A snap of a finger. Now, we all know what happened over there in Minnesota. Nick Shirley went over there, did some recording of some daycare center, Leering Center, I should say. And, after that, all hell broke loose. We found out about the waste, fraud, and abuse that was happening over there in Minnesota. And a short while after, the governor himself, Tim Walz, announced that he will not be running in the upcoming governor's election. Now back to Ilhan Omar, the young woman, little girl that you see yelling bad behavior, unruly, a pathetic little instrument. And I've never really vouched for somebody just out of nowhere just get deported. But you know what? Some way, somehow, if they could find something on this young woman right here and deport her behind back to Somalia, where she's from, I wouldn't be mad at all. I'd be right here with my popcorn, watch it all go down. They need to get her the heck up out of the United States of America. Get her out of here. Now let's move on to something else that actually happened. I'm telling you, these Democrats never fail to give us a show. Let's watch. That right there, my friends, is Al Green getting kicked out once again, out of the State of the Union. This is the only time you ever hear about Al Green throughout the course of the year. And that is during the State of the Union speech. He got kicked out last year. Now here he is again, getting kicked out a second year in a row. Yeah, grab that sign. Somebody needs to be a man and grab that sign. Let's watch it, y'all.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today our border is secure. Thank you.
Kindly show Al Green the door. Now, he had something to say. We're going to watch what, he had to say.
As you know, the president has depicted a former president and first lady as apes. The behavior has been declared racist by a good many people, but I don't think the president has really received the message that is unacceptable. He seems to think that he can do these dastardly things with impunity. Tonight, I wanted him to have a person confront him and let him know that black people aren't apes.
All right, I got something to say about that. Because what he's not mentioning is that in that post with Donald Trump that was posted, somebody else made that post. It was one of the social media managers that made the post, right? Joe Biden was the master ape in the post. So how is it targeting black people? There was a white man that was in it as well, in an ape outfit. So why are we not talking about that? Why are we so laser focused on Barack Obama and Michelle Obama? Why are we so laser focused? Oh, you know what? They're the head slaves. They're actually the house negro. You know what I'm saying? They're the overseers of the other slaves. So when you say anything about Barack Obama, you're attacking the overseer. You're attacking the head slave. So we got to throw a tantrum. Why are we not mentioning that Joe Biden was also in an ape outfit in the post? Why are we not mentioning that? Let's keep watching.
That black people are not going to tolerate this kind of behavior. I don't speak for everybody, but I speak for people of goodwill who understand that if you tolerate this kind of behavior, you perpetuate it. I refuse to tolerate this level of hate that the president is in fact putting into policy. We must take a stand against this level of it.
Look, this dude right here, he's a waste of time. He's a waste of energy. He's actually a waste of content, to tell you the truth. So what we're going to do, y'all, we're going to get to the next video. Now, this video I'm about to show you, this video brought me to different depths and levels of disappointment concerning the Democratic Party. How low they're willing to stoop just because of the hate that they have for Donald Trump. Let's watch.
Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zaretsky, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
Now, right here, the House is standing, just showing some sympathy. And let's continue watching.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand?
The Democratic Party stayed seated, didn't even stand to honor a young lady who was viciously stabbed in her neck held her neck, turned around, and saw her attacker casually walked off. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. The Democratic Party is a very evil party, y'all. If you've ever voted Democrat, this is the time to second guess your vote.